Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Digital Relativity, a tradigital marketing agency crafting holistic strategies that engage and educate customers by pairing digital and traditional advertising to grow your business. More info at digitalrelativity.com.
There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, welcome to a special archive edition of Mountain Stage with Larry Gross. Major funding is provided by Bailey Glasser and the West Virginia Tourism Office. This week's show was recorded in 2010 in our hometown of Charleston, West Virginia.
Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning around a simple song. Thank you so much. Welcome once again to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. We are at the Clay Center in Charleston, and once again, we're doing a special show as part of Festival Charleston, and I think we have more than our share of talent this evening. During our next hour, you're going to be hearing Mr. Dierks Bentley and the Travellin McCourys, and a whole lot of fans came to see them. Also, one of the greatest guitar players in Nashville, or the world for that matter, the Jorgenson Quintet is also here. Give him a hand. Fred Eaglesmith has come down from Canada to be with us. He's not only a great performer and a pretty funny guy, but a great songwriter. And we have one of West Virginia's greatest musicians and a member of the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame, Charlie McCoy. And he's brought some super pickers from Nashville to be with him. But when you talk about super pickers, the fellow that's up here on the stage and ready to go is seriously one of the super pickers. If you know what a Fender Telecaster is, you're looking at a man who's known as the Titan of the Telecaster, and he's played with so many folks over the years, starting with Commander Cody and the Lost Planet Airmen. What song did they do? Hot Rod Lincoln, you might remember that. This is a man that played all the licks on that song. Over the years, he's played with Elvis Costello and Nick Lowe and Maria Meldauer, Dan Hicks. A lot of those people are playing on his latest record, which is really a fun album and a fine album, too. It's called Word to the Wise. He's brought his friends with him, and he's going to give you a little sample. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Mr. Bill Kirchen.
I took a penny from my pocket, I put it on the track. The train don't stop and it don't look back. If I could stretch a dollar like I stretched that cent, I'd have all the money that I already spent. If I had the money, I'd spread it around, because it don't mean nothing when you're laying in the ground. Laying in the ground, laying in the ground, laying in the ground, laying in the ground. Then I wake up in the morning, know it's gonna be good. I stick out my elbows. Goodnight. If the goodnight kiss turns into a dream, I'll dream of the sweetest thing I ever have seen. I'll open my eyes and know that it's fine when I wake up in the morning and it don't hit pine. No, it don't hit pine. Don't hit pine. Don't hit pine. Don't hit pine. And I know it in the morning when it's gonna be good. I stick out my elbows and I don't bump wood. I don't bump. pick up my bones, walk them into town, just as long as my feet are still touching the ground. If my feet touch down, the speed of my bones, I'll walk them in the sun until I get back home. So let the sun shine and the cool breeze blow. I'll be alright until it's time to go. Time to go, time to go, time to go, time to go. Then I wake up in the morning, know it's gonna be good. I stick out my elbows and they don't come home. They don't come home. Now they don't come home. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I promise you this next song is going to be the only angst-ridden ballad you hear from me all evening. But we got to do one. That hard road you're traveling, let it twist, let it bend. All the broken promises, let them rest, let them mend. That scorched ground you're standing on, that's nothing to defend. Time will tell the story, and the grass will grow again. I drifted up to Michigan to work out on the line. I had a home and a family right before the Great Decline. Then I headed down to Texas, but it wasn't by design. So I crumbled up the road and I left it all behind. Well, I'm standing in the doorway, staring out into the wind. Don't know where it's blowing. You might say it all depends. The howl becomes a whisper, now turns into them. Time will tell the story, and the grass will grow again. Time will tell the story, and the grass will grow again. This next one's from our Hammer of the Honky Tonk Gods album. It's called Rocks in the Sand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before fish ever walked on land, time was turning rocks into sand, rocks into stone, stone into sand. Well, that sand that sifts through the hands of man. I built my castle close by the shore, and we slept in the sound of the ocean's roar. Then I came to understand that my house was built on shifting sand. So we went to the hills and we built us a town with the beautiful views from miles around. And when the mountains shook and tumbled down, all we knew we'd build on shaky ground. Long before ever walked on land, time was turning rocks into sand, rocks into stone, stone into sand. Well, that sand that sifts through the hand of man. Now the sand's gonna shift and the earth's gonna roll, and the rocks and the rain will collect their toll. All I'll take is what I brought, and I may not get just what I saw. But whether I sail or I fall, well, that's up to the shifting sands after all. Before fish ever walked on land, time was turning rocks into sand. Thank you much. That's my pro-science song there, ladies and gents. I got time for one more, it turns out. It's good to be here. Thanks, everybody, and thanks for such a great turnout. Great to see all the wonderful music here. I was at the Newport Folk Festival in 1964 and 65. I know some of you youngsters are going, 64? That's right. Pterodactyls darkened the sky. But I saw this folk singer do this song in 1964, and then I saw him go electric in 1965. Of course, that was Bob Dylan. And being at the Newport Festival and seeing all those guys and Dylan and all the blues artists and all the country artists ruined me for normal work, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like to do one of those songs now. It's kind of stood the test of time. You've been drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, and you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are changing. Now critics who prophesize with your pen. And keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And I don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. And there's no telling who that they're naming. For the loser now will be later to win. And the times they are changing. And fathers throughout this land, and don't criticize what you can't understand, for your sons and your daughters, they're beyond your command. You know the old road is rapidly aging. You better get out of the new one if you can lend a hand, for the times they are changing. Now come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. And don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall. For he who gets hurt is he who has stalled. And the battle outside rages, and I'll soon check your window and rattle your wall. For the times they are changing. Now the line it is drawn, and the curse it is cast, and the slow one now will later be fast. As a present now, it'll later be past. You know the order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last. For the times they are changing. Hey, hey, hey.
Jack Odell on the drums, Maurice McCoy on the bass, and Mr. Bill Kirchen on the Telecaster. Our own Michael Lipton played along too. The new record is called Word to the Wise on Proper American. Great guitar player he is, and a great performer too. Mr. Bill Kirchen lives over in Maryland right now. Well, in West Virginia today, regardless of when you're listening to this, I think you'll be listening to it a couple of weeks from now, but it's West Virginia Day. You may not know what that means, but it means this is the day that West Virginia was born in 1863 on June the 20th, and Julie Adams is going to celebrate that right now with a song written by a lady who lives here in town, Colleen Anderson. And this is about folks who moved to West Virginia. It's called West Virginia Chose Me. And maybe they chose to come here, and maybe they feel like West Virginia chose them. Mountain Stage Band will join her. Please welcome Julie Adams.
Someone's always leaving here. It's just that kind of place. It's just that kind of world today. You learn to live with a loss. The grass is always greener there, just on the other side. The air is always cleaner there. The sky is twice as wide. I'm not the type to argue. I won't say it isn't true. It's just the kind of place for passing through. Tom's in California now, and John's up north in Maine. Will went down to Raleigh, says he won't be back again. Annie's in Chicago, and she likes it by the lake. Even Katie crossed the border, finally made her break. And if I had $1 for every time I've said goodbye, there's nothing in this world I couldn't buy. But a few of us are staying, and it's not a point of choice. It's not we who do the choosing. We are chosen by the place. And West Virginia chose me, sure as my own mother knows me. If I leave you, West Virginia, it don't matter where I roam. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm coming home. They say home is where the heart is, and I guess that's true enough. But the heart's a stubborn muscle, and there's no explaining love. I dream of higher mountains and a cottage by the sea, but West Virginia won't let go of me. And a few of us are staying, and it's not a point of choice. It's not we who do the choosing. We are chosen by the place. And West Virginia chose me, sure as my own mother knows me. If I leave you, West Virginia, it don't matter where I roam. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm coming home. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm coming home.
Julie Adams right there, the Mountain Stage Band, which is Bob Thompson on the piano and Ahmed Solomon on the drums. Ryan Kennedy plays one guitar, Steve Hill's on the bass, Michael Lipton on the other guitar, Colleen Anderson's song.
You're listening to a special archive edition of Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia.
Still to come on this show, Mr. Dierks, Bentley, and the Travellin McCourys are here. John Jorgenson and his quintet will be out. And Charlie McCoy and some West Virginia super pickers who are partly from the state, living still here, and partly living in Nashville, but they're all West Virginians. They're going to close out this hour. Right now we got a man that's been with us several times before, and he's always fun to see, fun to hear. He constantly travels. He's from Canada, I think originally from Western Canada, but he's lived in Ontario for many years. And when he's there, he's very seldom there because they play well over 200 shows a year, both in Canada and the United States. His last CD up in Canada was nominated for a Juno, which is a Canadian Grammy. He's recently has his songs covered by a lot of country artists. You may not know Fred, but you probably know Freight Train by Alan Jackson, the title song to his last album. Fred wrote that song. He wrote Time to Get a Gun by Miranda Lambert. He wrote Toby Keith's White Rose. All of these songs were written by Fred, and he wasn't out there pushing them. They just liked him. They found his records and said, what is this? Who's this guy? It's wonderful when a talented, good guy gets some songs covered by other folks. Please welcome, along with, as you can see, a whole cast of characters, back to the mountain stage, Mr. Fred Eaglesmith.
I just came down to Chippewa, had a station wagon and $100, thinking about the girl I'd lost the year before. Well, I hadn't seen her for some time, thought that I might go on by, but your memory came flooding in and closed that door. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I was a diesel locomotive. I come whistling down the track and crashing in your door. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I didn't have a heart when you need a shovel full of coal just to get me started. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I was a freight train. Every time I talk to you and I hear your jealous lies, feel like I've been left abandoned on some old railway siding. And every time I hear your voice, my water just gets cold. My stove through a night stove and my boiler when I boil. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I was a diesel locomotive. I come whistle down the track and crashing in your door. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I didn't have a heart when you need a shovel full of coal just to get me started. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I was a freight train. I wish someone would pull a lever, give me a little sand. But every time I step by and they move further back, I wish some switchman would come out of the fog and change my track. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I was a diesel locomotive. I come whistling down your track and crashing in your door. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I didn't have a heart and you need a shovel full of coal just to get me started. Wish I was a freight train, baby, wish I was a freight train. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. It's nice to be back at the mountain stage. It's always different here than Canada. I was a bit wandering around backstage and I found an axe handle. A lot of theaters in Canada you wouldn't really find an axe handle. It's your state. You can have an axe handle backstage if you want. It's nice to be here. That was, of course, was recorded by Alan Jackson, and I thought I'd start off with it tonight because I'm trying to cut into his sales. We were in Champaign, Illinois the same night he was. We were playing down the street. We heard him bad. We heard him bad. We had at least 40 people come over from the Alan Jackson show, so they were going to go over, but they came to mine. They didn't really stay too long, but I think long enough. Please, ladies, we just got a new clown, and we'd really appreciate it if you didn't hit on him after the show. So almost every morning we wake up, we get in the truck, and we're driving down the road, we look in the rear view mirror, and there's a woman in a little car following us. So please don't hit on the clown.
Fit a lot of people in a little car once.
You fit a lot of people in a little car once.
Yeah.
I pray now, I didn't used to pray. I pray now, I didn't used to pray. I pray now, I didn't used to pray. I pray almost every single day. I sing now, I didn't used to sing. I sing now, I didn't used to sing. I sing now, I didn't used to sing. I sing almost every single day. I cry now, I didn't used to cry. I cry now, I didn't used to cry. I cry now, I didn't used to cry. I cry almost every single day. I pray now, I didn't used to pray. I pray now, I didn't used to pray. I pray now, I didn't used to pray. I pray almost every single day. I pray almost every single day. Thank you so much. We sing that song every night, telling people it's okay to pray. Even if you're not a believer, it works the same. Works for believers and non-believers the same, praying. About 50-50. I'm going to come and see you tomorrow night. Do you think anybody on their deathbed sits up and goes, geez, I'm glad I didn't laugh at that one guy's jokes that one night? Sidewalks, imaginary beggars call your name. What's your name? And your telephone doesn't ring, but you keep it off the hook just the same. And you lie awake at night, pretending that you just can't get to sleep. seen your lonely house outside that brand new subdivision. I stood behind you in line while you agonized over your decisions. And your choices turned out to be the same as all the other sheep. I could be that shallow too, if only I wasn't in so deep. I could be that shallow too, if only I wasn't in so deep. Thank you very much. That's off our brand new record called Cha Cha Cha, which is also what it's going to say on my grave. Beneath that, it's going to say, I knew this would happen. Singing back up with us this evening is the fabulous Gin Sisters from Schulenburg, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Careless with my love. You forget how my heart beats. I don't know what you're thinking of. Don't you remember how you love me? I think you're careless with my love. I'm like your favorite pair of pants. You bring me home and hang me up. You only take me out to dance. I think you're hard of my emotions. You take the push and make it shove. You throw away the magic potion. I think you're careless with my love. With my love, I'm like the only star above. You wish upon her when you're lonely. I think you're careless with my love. 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 Thanks so much. We'll see you all another time. Great to be back at the Mountain Stage. Thank you.
Mr. Fred Eagle Smith from up in Canada with a cast of thousands right there. Yeah. Fred Eagle Smith, that record is right. That's right. The new record is called Cha Cha Cha, as he just ended that song. You know, one time, the first time Fred was on, he's been on about 5 times. The first time he was on was good. It's about 10, 12 years ago, something like that. And afterwards, like we do sometimes, we went to a little bar over here called the Empty Glass, and we were playing music and everything, and Fred was playing on stage. And at that time, he had a school bus that was rigged out for his traveling bus, and he's always been very frugal. And he had a wood-burning stove on his school bus. And it was at the winter time. I think it was January or February. I think it was January. It was cold. And he was playing his set in the bar, and somebody came in and said, "You better get out here. There's something wrong with your bus." And so he said, "Oh, no." So everybody went outside on the sidewalk, you know, a bunch of people out there, and there was Fred's bus, and smoke was coming out. And he said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just a wood-burning stove that we got on the bus." And one of the people standing around said, "He out-hillbillied us." And that's saying a lot around here. We're going to end this hour in a very special way. We have a group of musicians who are from West Virginia. Many of them, though, live in Nashville and have for many years. And if you were to take several of these musicians on the stage and count up how many albums they have played on, it would easily come to over 10,000 over the last 30 or 40 years. And many, many of them you would recognize. You'd recognize the licks that they played on the guitar, on the steel guitar, on the harmonica, and on many other instruments. The man who's leading the band also led the Hee Haw Band for many, many years, and he's made 35 albums of his own besides playing on all those other ones. So if you would join me to welcome Wayne Moss, Russ Hicks, and a man who was just inducted into the West Virginia Hall of Fame and the Country Music Hall of Fame, Mr. Charlie McCoy and the West Virginia Super Pickers.
Thank you. The greatest writer of country music, in my estimation, was Hank Williams. He only lived 29 years, but he wrote classics that will live forever. And how many there were, you can just name them. It takes hours to name them all. But I'd like to play my favorite Hank Williams song. It's called Cold, Cold Heart. Thank you, folks. Thank you and good night.
Charlie McCoy, along with Russ Hicks, Wayne Moss, the West Virginia Super Pickers. Yes, sir, Mr. Charlie McCoy. His latest record is Duets. But it really is hard to imagine how many records all of these fellas have played on over the years since they went to Nashville. They all from West Virginia, but most of them moved down there to get work, and boy, did they get the work.
We'd like to say a special hello to you if you're listening over WMRY in Charlottesville, Virginia, or WOUL in Ironton, Ohio. We hope you'll be with us next week as we share an episode from our archives recorded in 2007, featuring Irma Thomas, Grace Potter and the Nocturnals, Tim and Molly O'Brien, the Campbell Brothers, and Jesse Winchester. You're listening to a special edition of Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Support for Mountain Stage comes from this station and from West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage from NPR.
Well, thank you so much. Welcome to the second hour of this special Mountain Stage show during Festival Charleston. We're here at the Clay Center in Charleston, and we have some great music coming up this hour. If you just tuned in, I think you're going to be glad you did. Mr. Dierks Bentley and the Travelling McCourys will be out just a little while. But we're going to start off this hour with some folks who've been with us twice before. We're always delighted when we have a chance to bring them back. John Jorgenson is the leader of the Quintet. He's a Grammy Award winner. You may know him from, a lot of projects. He was one of the original members of the Desert Rose Band, the Hellcasters. He played with Elton John for 6 years on the road, and he's played on so many albums and played with so many people. And he plays so many different instruments, but of course the guitar is what he's known for. And the Quintet focuses on what sometimes called hot club jazz, Django Reinhardt and Stefan Grappelli, but then they have other influences too. You'll hear all kinds of music come out of these guys, and it's always good. The most recent record is called One Stolen Night. Welcome back to the Mountain Stage, John Jorgenson Quintet.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. It's really, really good to be back here on Mountain Stage. We've had such a great time every other time that we've performed here. We started with a song called Red on Red, and this is called Gypsy Jazz, and Django Reinhardt is our spiritual musical mentor, and he and his partner Stefan Grappelli created this hot club sound back in the 1930s. And this year would have been Django Reinhardt's 100th birthday. So we're celebrating all year long by playing some of his music. And this next song we're going to play for you is one that he recorded in 1938 with his Quintet of the Hot Club of France. And for those of you who are here, you'll see the beginning part I'm going to play with mostly two fingers because Django Reinhardt's hand was burned in a fire and he only really had full use of these two fingers. Despite that, he became one of the most influential guitarists in the world. And this song is a little bit romantic, so if you feel like getting romantic, go ahead and do it. The song is called Billet Doux, which is French for love letters. Thank you so much. That's Jason Anick on the violin. Rick Reed on the percussion. Simon Planting on the bass. And Doug Martin on the guitar. Thank you so much. Well, Larry mentioned that we get influences from a lot of music from all over the world and sometimes play different instruments. This is a Greek bouzouki, and of course we travel quite a bit all over the world, and with airport security it's really fun to travel with an instrument called... Anyway, it's a beautiful sounding instrument, and we're going to play the title cut from our latest CD. And this song, we want you to pretend that you're not actually here in West Virginia, but you are on an island off the coast of Greece, and you may have some ouzo to drink, and again, you may be with somebody that you'd like to get to know a little bit better. Okay, you with me? All right, this is called One Stolen Night. Thank you so much. We're going to do one more song for you, and this one kind of takes this music into the 21st century. It's a little bit more to the progressive side of our music, and this is a song that's called Mediterranean Blues.
You heard the title song to their latest record, One Stolen Night, on J2 Records, the John Jorgenson Quintet.
You're listening to a special archive edition of Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia.
Well, this is a special show, and we're going to end it in a very special way. There's a man who's visited us a couple of times on the Mountain Stage, and we were honored that he chose to come and see us because he is a major country star, but he's never satisfied to rest upon his laurels. He'll have hit songs, but instead of doing the same thing over and over like some artists do, he branches out, reaches out, and he loves the roots of country music. He loves bluegrass music. He always has. He'll play rock venues. He's done jam band stuff. And on this latest album, it's filled with a variety of songs. Many of them are bluegrass flavored, Americana flavored, songs by Bob Dylan, Buddy and Julie Miller, Chris Christopherson, and one incredibly great song, a U2 song that's on there. These folks that are up here on the stage now and are going to be with him tonight play on the record, as do the Punch Brothers and a lot of other folks. The record is called Up on the Ridge on EMI. The man, please welcome back to the mountain stage, Dierks Bentley and the Travellin McCourys.
Let's do a little fiddling around. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Up in your window light tonight where I can see your silhouette. I've been throwing little stones, but I don't believe you've even heard me yet. Today you crossed your heart and said you'd meet me in the dark. When I called you on the phone, you pretended you weren't home. Hey, baby, what do you say? Won't you come on outside tonight? The moon is finally shining bright as day. Hey, what do you say? Can't you hear the music in the wind and see our shadows on the ground? How, won't you come on down? We're gonna do a little fiddling around. Can't you hear the banjos ringing through the air? There'll be mandolins and guitars everywhere. Now don't you wanna be there? Hey baby, what do you say? Won't you come on outside tonight? The moon is finally shining bright as day. Hey, what do you say? Can't you hear the music in the wind and see our shadows on the ground? How, won't you come on down? We're gonna do a little fiddling around. Here comes that fiddle. If you look outside, you see the lights of my old Corvette. Are you trying to drive me crazy, babe, or did you just forget? Hey, baby, what do you say? Won't you come on outside tonight? The moon is finally shining bright as day. Hey, what do you say? Can't you hear the music in the wind and see our shadows on the ground? How, won't you come on down? We're gonna do a little fiddling around. Thank you, folks. This is always a big highlight for us to for me personally, get a chance to come play here, and it means a lot for the guys. I'm going to introduce the guys from my regular country band back on the drums. You got to have a bluegrass drummer, right? Steve Missmore on the drums. Everybody, give Steve a big hand. And over there on the steel guitar and several other instruments, he's from Kentucky, so he can play just about anything that has strings on it. Y'all give a big hand to Tim over there, Tim Sargent. We've been doing a lot of roving around, and this song's on this record. I thought it'd be a good way to tie into this tune, just talk about the way we've been living the last couple months. It's been a lot of traveling. This has always been one of my favorite songs to sing ever since I discovered the great world of bluegrass music down there at the station in Nashville, Tennessee when I was 19 years old. So we'll give you a little taste of, if you're ever to walk into that bar on 12th Avenue and hear any band down there, they're probably doing this song. This is our version of it called Rovin' Gambler. I am the roving gambler, I've gambled all around. Whoever I meet with a deck of cards, I lay my money down. Lay my money down, lay my money down. I had not been in Frisco many more weeks than 3. I met up with a pretty little girl, she fell in love with me. She fell in love with me, fell in love with me.
daughter, she cooled me with her fan. Whisper flow in her mother's ear, I love the gambling man. I love the gambling man, love the gambling man. Oh dear daughter, how can you treat me so? Leave your dear old mother and with the gambler go. With the gambler go, with the gambler go. Well, I left her in Frisco and I wound up in Maine. I met up with a poker player and got in a poker game. Got in a poker game, got in a poker game. And he put his money in the pot and dealt the cards around. I saw him deal from the bottom of the deck, shot the gambler down. Shot the gambler down, shot the gambler down. Well, now I'm down in prison, got a number for my name. Warden slammed the door and said, you gambled your last game. Gambled your last game, gambled your last game. Gambled your last game, gambled your last game. The great thing about playing Mountain Stage, and by the way, thanks to Larry and Andy and everyone for letting us be part of this show. It's such an honor to be on this stage and get a chance to do songs off this record. We travel all around the country playing our show, and I love doing that, but it's also fun to come in here and get a chance to just to do something really extremely musical and feature songs off this record. This song is the title track of this record, and when I'm not on the road, I like to get back, either get on the lake or get up on this piece of land that kind of get away from everything and start a bonfire and bring my dog Jake out there, bring some friends out there, and bring some instruments that don't require power, because there is no power up there. You can't plug in and play music. You got to bring something that makes sound on its own, which is what bluegrass is all about. So the original country music. We'll give you a taste of Up on the Ridge in this one right here. Ready, boys? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's blow out these city lights, let's just leave it all behind. Get up where the air is still, you can hear the whippoorwill. Start a fire, pass the shine, won't be home till morning time. Shout your name out in the wind, confess my love for you again. Give you all I've got to give, that's how we live up on the ridge. Won't you come with me tonight, where moonlight drips into your eyes? I just want one little kiss when we get high up on the ridge. Hey now, honey child, we be running free and wild. No one care what you do, ain't no law to answer to. Dance around in the dirt, listen to those crickets chirp. Hear old Jake start to howl when he hears that old dude out. Give you all I've got to give, that's how we live up on the ridge. Won't you come with me tonight, where moonlight drips into your eyes? I just want one little kiss when we get high up on the ridge. Come on, girl, it's almost dawn. Let's get it for the magic's gone. Tall, tall grass all around. Come on, lay that blanket down. Wildflowers just like you lay on me like morning dew. Now take my hand, walk with me. Sun comes up through them trees. Give you all I've got to give. That's how we live up on the ridge. Won't you come with me tonight, where moonlight drips into your eyes? I just want one little kiss when we get high up on the ridge. I just want one little kiss when we get high up on the ridge. 3, 4. These guys up here on the stage have been a huge inspiration for me ever since I moved to Nashville. I walked into the bar called the Station Inn, and Ronnie and Rob McCourys were on that stage that night. A stage about this tall. It's called the band was called the Sidemen at the time, and I started hanging out with these guys. Met Jason Carter that same night down there, and discovered the band, the Del McCourys Band, and always fun to meet these guys. And this song here is just a song I wrote with a buddy of mine on this record, and Rob and I were just talking about it backstage. His wife's family is all down about an hour south down here where that big mine explosion was, and what a tragedy that was. And I wrote this song before that happened, and we're just all the great bluegrass records have songs about mining. It's such a big way of life in the southeast and the East Coast. And I was watching TV and heard these guys talking about how it's like the equivalent of like a man walking on the moon. I mean, you're going somewhere no one's ever been before, and just the lifestyle. It's fascinating, and it's a big part of bluegrass music. And we wanted to write a song to try to depict just our take on it. My wife's father and my wife's great grandfather on both sides, they both were miners, and one of them died of black lung. Hard for me to make it all the way through without getting emotional. It's a powerful song. It's called "Down the Mine." Here in Harlan County, the choices are few to keep food on the table and the babies in shoes. You can grow marijuana way back in the pines, or work for the man down in the mine. Oh, you never forget your first day in the hole. There's a pit in your stomach, your mouth's full of coal, and there's no turning back once you make up your mind. As the cart rattles on down in the mine, way down in the mine, your tears turn to mud, and you can't catch your breath for the dust in your lungs. Loading hillbilly gold, where the sun never shines, 12 hours a day, digging your grave way down in the mine. Well, the old timers talk, but you just don't believe it can all go to hell at 2,000 feet. Life sways in the balance of nature and time, and fate has no mercy down in the mine. Well, the news spread like fire and burned through those hills. Hopes were held high, but 5 men got killed. On the wings of canaries, their souls surely fly, while their bones spend eternity down in the mine. Way down in the mine, your tears turn to mud, and you can't catch your breath for the dust in your lungs. Loaded hillbilly gold, where the sun never shines. 12 hours a day, digging your grave, way down in the mine. So take a flask from your crib can and a pool of moonshine. Say a prayer for them boys down in the mine. God bless those folks. Thank you. That's Ronnie McCourys singing the high part above me, and that's Alan Bartram singing the really high part above me, man. He's getting up there. The girl part. It was the girl part, wasn't it? Yeah. He's had the bluegrass operation. He can actually do that part. I can't. Sacrifice himself for bluegrass music. That is quite a thing there. He cares a lot about this music. No. Well, Larry was talking about Chris Christopherson, and we made this record. I set out to make a bluegrass record, then I kind of started breaking some rules and cutting some songs that weren't necessarily bluegrass-esque, and this is one of them we had a lot of fun with, and it is a Chris Christopherson song, and Chris is actually... Wait a second, I'm just getting something here. Oh, he's not here. Okay, I thought he was going to show up. I guess he's down. He's in Maui. Okay, that's it's probably a good place to be. Anyway, we'll get Ronnie to help me out on this one here. A little Chris Christopherson tune called Bottle to the Bottom. It goes like this. You wonder if I'm happy now. That's good as any joke I've heard. It seems since I seen you last, I done forgot the meaning of the word. There's happiness is empty rooms and drinking in the afternoon. Well, I guess I'm as happy as a clam. But if it's got a thing to do with smiling or forgetting you, well, I don't guess that I could say I am. Did you ever see it down and out and waking up alone without a blanket on to keep them from the dew? When the water from the weeds is soaked with papers he's been putting in his shoes to keep the ground from coming through. And his future feels as empty as the pockets in his pants because he's never seen a single dream come true. That's the way that I've been feeling since the day I started falling from the bottom to the bottom, school by school. Learning hard to live with losing you. You wonder if I'm better off with the freedom now to choose the things I do. Well, all my time's my own and I've got nothing left but sleeping time to lose. There's no one here to carry on if I stay out the whole night long. Give or taker's damn if I don't call. I'm living like I wanted to and doing things I want to do, and nothing means a thing to Did you ever see it down and out or waking up alone without a blanket on to keep them from the dew? When the water from the weeds had soaked the papers he'd been putting in his shoes to keep the ground from coming through. And his future feels as empty as the pockets in his pants because he's never seen a single dream come true. That's the way that I've been feeling since the day I started falling from the bottle to the bottom, school by school, learning hard to live with losing you. Well, I think we got time for one more, and I want the Travellin McCourys to huddle together. Alan, get on over there. I want you guys to pick out, of all the songs, we got a chance to do one song, just pick out your favorite song of all times. You know, not all time, just ever since music has been made. Yeah, it could be Freebird. Let's just say the last 2,000 years. These guys, the Travellin McCourys have so much musical history between them. They've cut Sinatra songs with Dell. They've cut a U2 song with me. They've cut Tom Petty tunes. They really know a lot about music, and I think they could come up with the greatest song. Just the best lyrically written song.
How about the velvet rope? Don't have no slack.
That might be one of the best lines ever written.
Yes.
You guys think so? Better than Willie Nelson?
Christopherson,
The greats?
Nelson, somewhere there.
Webb Pierce?
It's pretty strong. Webb Pierce, yeah. I think it's
Jimmy Webb?
Huh?
Well, all right.
You want to play?
Let's do it.
I think you might know this.
So you're saying this is the most well-written song of all time? Wow.
I'm right up there.
Wow. Better than Bob Dylan?
Look out, Fred Eaglesmith.
Better than Fred Eaglesmith? No way. You kidding me? Hey girl, what's your name? It's so loud in here I can't hear a thing. But I sure do like your style. And I can see you came to rock in your blue jeans and white tank top. Man, that look drives me wild. And it's, hey now, here we go, DJ. Don't you play nothing slow. Keep those girls out on the floor. Gotta make them wanna come back for more than air. Since the sun went down, be air when it comes back around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways. Better than Mozart sideways. Ain't no need to fight, y'all take that redneck stuff outside. Hey, that's what parking lots are for. But once you're out, you ain't coming back. The velvet rope ain't got no slack. Man, they're busting down the door. And it's, hey, now, here we go, DJ. Don't you play nothing slow. Keep those girls out on the floor. Gotta make them wanna come back for more than air. Since the sun went down, be air when it comes back around. wanna, gotta make 'em wanna, gotta make 'em wanna come back for more. Hey, now here we go, DJ, don't you play nothing slow. Keep those girls out on the floor. Gotta make 'em wanna come back for more. Been there since the sun went down. Be there when it comes back around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways. 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 Hey girl, what's your name? It's so loud in here. Mountain Stage, I can't hear a thing. Come on. God bless you guys. Thank you. You've had a great part of this incredible show, the history of this show. All the guys that were here tonight, thank you guys so much. The Travellin' McCourys.
Dierks Bentley and the Travellin' McCourys. Up on the Ridge is the new record. You heard Up on the Ridge right there. It's a wonderful, wonderful CD. No matter what kind of music you love, I think you're going to love this one. Dierks Bentley and Up on the Ridge, the Travellin' McCourys. Yeah. Well, our thanks to Dierks Bentley and our thanks to the John Jorgenson Quintet, and our thanks to Bill Kirchin and Fred Eaglesmith and Charlie McCoy and the West Virginia Super Pickers. And we're going to get everybody back out, do one more song for you. But special thanks to you here in the Clay Center in Charleston during Festival Charleston for coming out, and to you listening there on the radio, because without you there would be no Mountain Stage. We never forget that.
You've been listening to a Mountain Stage Archives special, recorded in Charleston, West Virginia. We hope you'll be with us next week as we share an episode from our archives recorded in 2007, featuring Irma Thomas, Grace Potter and the Nocturnals, Tim and Molly O'Brien, the Campbell Brothers, and Jesse Winchester.
Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Andy Ryan. Our associate producers, Linda McSparron. Assistant producers are Adam and Harris and Jeff Shirley. Production managers, Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Francis Fisher, Richie Collins, and Jim Raines, with production assistance from Michael Lipton, Ryan Fletcher, Joey Ansel, Mary Lee, Patrick Stevens, Lance Schrader, and Woogie. Photographic services are provided by Brian Blauser. Promotions coordinated by Michael Lipton, Adam Harris, and Music and Motion Promotions. Lodging is provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Why don't you go out and hear some live music wherever you are just as soon as you can. You've been listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. We're going to do a song that was written by the Big Bopper, made famous by George Jones, about a subject near and dear to our heart. Way down in West Virginia, way back in the hills, lived my pappy and he had him a still. Brewed his liquor till the sun went down, then he filled in the jug and passed it around. Mighty, mighty pleasing, my pappy's corn squeezing. And you know what it's called? White Lightning.
Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey Glasser and the West Virginia Tourism Office. This is NPR.